Richard Wagner. Born in Leipzig, Germany in 1813, stands as one of the most influential and controversial figures in the history of Western music. His revolutionary ideas and monumental operatic works reshaped the landscape of classical music and continue to provoke discussion and admiration centuries later. Wagner's early life was marked by a restless spirit and a burgeoning passion for both music and drama. He was the ninth child of Carl Friedrich Wagner, a police actuary, and Johanna Rosine Wagner. His father died when he was just 6 months old, and his mother soon married Ludwig Geyer, an actor and painter who became a significant influence on young Richard. Geyer's theatrical background exposed Wagner to the world of stagecraft and performance from a very young age. Wagner initially pursued a career in literature, writing plays and poetry, but his fascination with music soon took precedence. He taught himself composition, largely through studying the scores of Beethoven, a composer he revered throughout his life. His early musical studies were somewhat sporadic and unconventional, reflecting his independent and often rebellious nature. He briefly attended the University of Leipzig, but his academic pursuits were often overshadowed by his intense musical explorations. Wagner's first significant operatic success came with Rienzi in 1842, which premiered in Dresden. This work, a grand opera in the French style, brought him considerable recognition and led to his appointment as Kapellmeister at the Royal Saxon Court. However, it was with his subsequent works, Der Fliegende Holländer, The Flying Dutchman, Tannhäuser, and Lohengrin, that Wagner began to forge his distinctive artistic path. These operas moved away from the traditional number opera format, where distinct areas and ensembles are separated by recitative, towards a more continuous musical and dramatic flow. He introduced the concept of the leitmotif, a recurring musical theme associated with a particular character, object, emotion, or idea, which would become a hallmark of his mature style. Wagner's political activities also played a significant role in his life, leading to his involvement in the 1849 May Uprising in Dresden. His radical political views and participation in the revolution forced him to flee Germany, beginning a period of exile that would last for over a decade. During this time, he lived in Switzerland, particularly Zurich, where he wrote extensively on his theories of art and drama. It was during this period that he articulated his vision for the Gesamtkunstwerk, or total work of art. The Gesamtkunstwerk was Wagner's revolutionary concept of an art form that would synthesize all artistic elements, music, drama, poetry, stage design, and dance, into a unified and cohesive whole. He believed that opera, as it existed, was fragmented and that no single art form should dominate. Instead, all elements should serve the dramatic purpose, creating an immersive and profound experience for the audience. This philosophy challenged the prevailing operatic conventions of his time, which often prioritized vocal display over dramatic integrity. His theoretical writings, such as Oper und Drama, Opera and Drama, and Das Kunstwerk der Zukunft, the artwork of the future, laid the intellectual groundwork for his later masterpieces. He argued for the primacy of myth and legend as subjects for opera, believing they offered universal truths and deeper psychological insights than historical narratives. This focus on myth is evident in his most ambitious project, Der Ring des Nibelungen, the Ring of the Nibelung. The Ring is a cycle of 4 epic operas, Das Rheingold, Die Walküre, Siegfried, and Götterdämmerung. It is a monumental work, taking over 2 decades to compose and spanning approximately 15 hours of performance time. The narrative, drawn from Norse mythology and the Nibelungenlied, explores themes of power, greed, love, and redemption. The sheer scale and ambition of the Ring were unprecedented in operatic history. To realize his vision for the Ring, Wagner conceived of a dedicated festival theater. This dream became a reality with the construction of the Bayreuth Festspielhaus, a unique opera house designed specifically to accommodate the demands of his works. The orchestra pit, for instance, was concealed beneath the stage, allowing the sound to blend more seamlessly and preventing the musicians from distracting the audience. The acoustics were meticulously engineered to enhance the dramatic impact of his music. The first Bayreuth Festival in 1876 saw the premiere of the Complete Ring Cycle, a landmark event in cultural history. Despite his artistic triumphs, Wagner's life was often fraught with financial difficulties and personal controversies. His extravagant lifestyle and frequent debts were a constant source of stress. His personal relationships were also complex and often scandalous. He had numerous affairs, most notably with Mathilde Wesendonck, the wife of one of his patrons, which inspired parts of Tristan und Isolde. His second marriage to Cosima von Bülow, the daughter of Franz Liszt and wife of his conductor Hans von Bülow, caused a significant public outcry. Tristan und Isolde, composed between 1857 and 1859, is often considered a pivotal work in the development of Western music. Its innovative use of harmony, particularly the famous Tristan chord, pushed the boundaries of tonality and profoundly influenced subsequent composers. Wagner's later works, including Die Meistersinger von Nürnberg, The Mastersingers of Nuremberg, and his final opera, Parsifal, continued to explore new musical and dramatic territories. Die Meistersinger is his only mature comedy, a warm and humanistic portrayal of artistic tradition and innovation. Parsifal, a sacred festival drama, delves into themes of redemption, compassion, and spiritual enlightenment. It is a work of profound beauty and philosophical depth, often performed with a sense of reverence. However, Wagner's legacy is also complicated by his virulent anti-Semitism, which was expressed in his writings, particularly Das Judentum in der Musik, Judaism in music. These views have cast a long shadow over his artistic achievements and remain a deeply troubling aspect of his biography. Despite these controversies, Wagner's impact on music, theater, and culture is undeniable. His innovations in harmony, orchestration, and dramatic structure paved the way for late Romanticism and modernism. Composers like Richard Strauss, Gustav Mahler, Kenius, and Arnold Schoenberg were deeply influenced by his musical language. His concept of the Gesamtkunstwerk continues to inspire artists across various disciplines, from film directors to video game designers, who seek to create immersive and multi-sensory experiences. The sheer ambition and scale of his works, combined with their profound emotional and intellectual content, ensure his enduring relevance. Attending a Wagner opera, especially at Bayreuth, is often described as a transformative experience. The intricate web of leitmotifs, the soaring vocal lines, the rich orchestral textures, and the powerful dramatic narratives combine to create something truly unique. His operas demand a significant investment from the audience, both in terms of time and emotional engagement, but they reward that investment with unparalleled artistic richness. Wagner's influence extends beyond music, touching upon philosophy, literature, and even political thought. His ideas about art's role in society, the power of myth, and the synthesis of artistic forms have resonated with thinkers and creators for generations. He was a visionary who dared to challenge conventions and redefine the possibilities of opera. His life was a tumultuous journey of artistic struggle, personal scandal, and groundbreaking innovation. From his early struggles and political exile to the triumph of Bayreuth, Wagner's career was a testament to his unwavering artistic conviction. He was a complex figure, a genius whose flaws were as pronounced as his talents. Yet his artistic achievements speak for themselves, standing as towering monuments in the history of Western art. The Gesamtkunstwerk remains his most profound and lasting contribution, a concept that continues to shape our understanding of integrated artistic expression. His music, with its unparalleled emotional depth and dramatic power, continues to captivate and challenge audiences worldwide. Richard Wagner truly was the composer who created total art, leaving an indelible mark on the cultural landscape.